Так, сюда нажать, что ли? Тык, тык, тык. То. Окей. Есть. Тю. Так, ну-ка. Давай. Окей. Бла-бла-бла-бла-бла. Есть. Тю. Так, ну-ка. Давай. Бла-бла-бла-бла-бла. Все. Работает. А, все, подожди. Еще сам себе поставлю. Да, работает. Так. Point-клик, да? Так, а что-то так тиховато. Или так и было? А, так и было. Задание. Что нажимать? А. Батарейки нужно. Кросс попасть. Миша. Так, тут мертвый священник, да?
Before I go down, I'll leave the heavy stuff here, in case the rope doesn't support my weight.
Окей, окей.
It's the corpse of...
А, так, на пробел, да? Мне вот интересно, почему тут горит. Ну-ка, что я могу сделать?
Use this on his face. Okay, time's running out, and I'll do anything if there's a good reason to do it. I just
Чего?
need one... Use this here.
О, тихо.
Those bastards in uniform are going to... For God's sake. I have to think of... And I have to do it...
Значит, все-таки с ним что-то связано? Что такое?
Even if I had a projectile handy. Good idea.
О,
I could use Reverend Blake as a scapegoat. On the other hand, I doubt anyone would believe my story if I...
Да? То есть стеклом, но почему-то... Что тут? Ну-ка.
I don't think I...
Он имеется в виду его превратить не в... Кстати. Фу.
This is gonna be
Че,
hard.
реально?
Very hard. But those children are innocents in all this. And those ruthless savages are about to kill them in cold blood. I have no other choice. God damn it! Had the visions again! Not now. I have to do this. I've got to do this. My head!
You've got to stop this, Michael. I can't stand it anymore. This has to end.
I can't help it. It's that demon. You know I can't help it.
Please, Michael. Please. Make it stop.
Yes. That tiny cowardly demon. I remember that brutal sensation.
Жесть какая.
Remains corroding, little by little. Anything good and decent you might have left inside you, turning it into pain, rot, and emptiness.
Бля. Так, а теперь стекло.
I remember it. I remember. I can smell it, feel it, touch it. No, please, don't do it. No.
Он убийца был?
Cowardly demon, that dark and intimate specter that only you know, that gains strength in this new world. Digging its claws into your soul like a jagged piece of glass. Whispering in your ear that what you're doing is right. Because nobody has the authority to tell you otherwise. Good God, what have I done? What have I done? Why are you showing me this? Please, answer me. Who was I before the catastrophe? Before the world collapsed? Do I really want to know? God, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of myself.
Фу-фу-фу-фу-фу. Отвратительно.
I'll get my stuff.
Так. Козел отпущения найден.
You have to let those boys go. They're innocent. You've got the wrong people.
What are you insinuating?
Ну вон.
You better have a good reason for saying something like that, or we'll splatter your brains all over the wall of shame, and then use the kids for target practice.
I know who the guilty party is. I know who committed the crime. And I know where he is.
Hey, we've got to hear this. Start talking, rat.
Okay. Here goes. I hope those pigs take the bait, because if they find out the truth, I'm a dead man. The murderer was a deranged man I met in the city a few hours ago. He told me he was desperate, tired of the humiliation and violence he had to face every day. He was determined to do something crazy. I didn't believe him at the time, but now I see that he wasn't kidding. After the attack, he committed suicide by jumping into the cesspit next to the camp road. You'll find him there. His face is unrecognizable from hitting the rocks and scraping against the rubble, but I'm sure you'll find the murder weapon next to his body.
We'll check out your story and see if it holds up.
We're approaching what looks like a body. It looks like that worm was right. Over.
What a mess. What the hell happened to his face?
Meh, who cares? We found the guilty party with the murder weapon. Let those kids go. And unlock the camp gate. Over.
You can come in now, rat.
А экспертизу будут проводить или нет? Так, надо морфия дать.
Oh no. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything. Everything is mutating, and I haven't even moved. I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Пошли куда-нибудь. Сюда. Так, мадам, морфий.
I brought the morphine for your husband.
Деньги
Just as
давай.
I promised. This woman in this house gave me the chills. Let's get this over with as soon as possible.
So you've come for your money. Is that it, you rat?
You offered it to me. I didn't ask for anything in return.
No, you're right. Yeah, I guess you've earned it. That's what we agreed. I'm an honest woman. I think you have a very wrong impression of me. Take your money, Michael.
All right. Thank you and good luck.
Окей.
I'm sure we'll be seeing each other around the camp.
Wait! Michael!
Чего?
Is it money that you want? I have more money. I still have some savings. Those camp rats didn't manage to take it all. I'm sure we can figure something out.
I don't understand.
My husband is about to die. Without him, we'll be nobodies.
Женись на
Me and
мне.
the kids. The soldiers don't even show us any respect anymore. A while ago, they broke in here to take them away with no explanation. And it didn't matter to them in the least whose children they were. But if you stay here, all that could change. I still have some contacts. I could arrange for you to become the new Camp Mole. You're not like the rest of those rats out there, Michael. You're one of us. We'd be important again. We'd keep our privileges. Or
Понятно.
do you want to be just another beggar in this sewer? I can't lower myself to that. I'd do anything. Stay here with us, Michael.
No. I don't doubt for a second that this woman would be capable of anything.
Да, потом надо
According
тебе.
to Scorpion. I don't think that would be a good idea. It would be better for me to leave. Take good care of those boys. They're
Пока-пока.
good kids.
Yeah, get out of here, you disgusting rat. You're all alike. In this camp, all you rats are alike. I don't need you. I don't need any of you. You're just waiting to see us fall. But I won't give you the satisfaction, you disgusting rats. I'll do what I have to do. But you won't see me crawling around in the trash.
Ну иди, отдайся
A
солдатам.
cornered scorpion, surrounded by flames that are closing in. I think it would be best not to speak to this woman ever again. She could be dangerous.
Все, короче, деньги отдала? Что нахер? Ой, да что такое? Привычки на Escape нажимать. Привычка. Привычка.
Oh, my head. What the hell's going on? Oh, God. My head
Ой,
feels like it's gonna explode.
ой, а чё нажать?
Please, help us, help us.
Блин, ладно.
Please, remember, Beechwood or...
Я, кстати, третью не посмотрел нормально. Ладно, я сейчас посмотрю, хотя бы вспомнить, о чем речь.
Did we do it? Yes, we did it.
Enough. Please, enough.
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it. Remember, Beechwood or...
Good God. What are these images? And that woman's voice. It's the same one that woke me up in the trailer. I'm trying. I'm trying to remember. Stop tormenting me.
I hope Rod helps me find some answers. If not, I'll go mad. Absolutely mad.
No. Please. These visions. My head.
You won't get any of his things. I won't allow it. Do you hear me?
Michael, is that you? Thank God we found you. It's me, Chris. Don't you recognize me? But there is a solution, Michael. All is not lost. There is still a possibility of salvation for us. For each and every one of us.
You have to stop this, Michael. You have to quit.
I can't do it.
It's destroying us, don't you see? It's killing us.
It's that demon inside me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. These visions are getting more intense all the time. The pain is unbearable. Who's Chris? Salvation is still possible, he said. Could that be true? And once again, that female voice has been haunting me since I woke up. Who is she? Why was she so distressed? What the hell happened to us? Or is going to happen to us? This is gonna be hard. Very hard. But those children are innocents in all this. And those ruthless savages are about to kill them in cold blood. I have no other choice. God damn it! The visions again! Not now. I have to do this. I've got to do this. My head!
You've got to stop this, Michael. I can't stand it anymore. This has to end.
I can't help it. It's that demon. You know I can't help it.
Please, Michael. Please. Make it stop.
Yes. That tiny, cowardly demon. I remember that brutal sensation of acid running through your veins, corroding, little by little, anything good and decent you might have left inside you, turning it into pain, rot, and emptiness. I remember it. I remember. I can smell it. Feel
Да,
it.
блин.
Touch it. No, please. Don't do it. No. That cowardly demon. That dark and intimate state
Привет.
that only you know. That gains strength in this new world. Digging its claws into your soul like a jagged piece of glass. Whispering in your ear that what you're doing is right. Because nobody has the authority to tell you otherwise. Good God, what have I done? What have I done? Why are you showing me this? Please, answer me. Who was I before the catastrophe? Before the world collapsed? Do I really want to know? God, I'm afraid. I'm afraid of myself.
Жуть какая. Ладно. Так. Мне по идее же надо ему... Мне же надо по идее. Так, Рота обещал помочь мне вернуть воспоминания в обмен на лекарства для таящих. У меня их нету. Правильно? У меня есть А чё... Блин. О лекарстве. Так, это где? Это сюда. Страсти мордасти. Это... Игра, как она называется? Dead, Synchronicity, Tomorrow, Comes.
Oh no. Here comes that sensation again.
Короче, point-click
It's
quest.
like floating in a dense liquid while everything around me is transformed.
С такими неприятными элементами, скажем так. О, а бомжа нет. Тут бомж был. Где бомж?
That's odd. Everything indicates that it was.
Ха, прикольно. Так, а что тут? Можно что взять? Так, о.
Michael, thank God you've come back.
Лекарства нет,
Colin is
чувак.
worse. His trances are getting longer and deeper. My wife and I are afraid the end is near. Please tell me that you've brought the medicine to
Константин на
cure his
минималках,
disease.
возможно, не играл. Не знаю. Игра 2015 года, что ли? Короче, вышел только... Сейчас.
No, but there has to be a cure. There has to be hope for us. The vultures are starting to gather around our trailer, waiting for the end so they can take my son's belongings. Colin himself can see them from the window of his room.
Calm down, Rod.
Don't tell me to calm down. You've brought ruin to this house. You've come to sentence Colin to death. But that drug exists. It has to exist.
Listen to me, Rod. I've done everything in my power to find the drug, but there is no such thing. Try to understand. There's no cure for the dissolved.
The dissolved? I warned you, Michael. I warned you not to use that word in this house. Get out of here. Get out of our lives forever.
Wait, Rod. I'm sorry, but you promised to help me. You promised to help me get my identity back.
Help you? You've ruined our lives. You've condemned our little boy to death. Get out of here. Get out of here at once.
Michael? Michael, I have to talk to you. I have a message. I have a message from her.
My God, it's Colin. A message from her?
Michael! Michael, please! She told me to talk to you.
Where do you think you're going? Don't you dare go into that room. You're not welcome in this house anymore.
But the boy, he called out to me by name.
Colin's delirious. He doesn't even know who you are. Get away from my family immediately.
Michael! Michael! I have a message from her. It's very important.
Damn you. Don't go near that door. Get out of this house. Listen, Michael. We have a gun in that room with 2 bullets in it. Don't make me waste one of them on you.
It's all right, Rod. Calm down. I'm leaving.
And as for you, vultures, drawn by the scent of death, I won't let you take anything. You hear me? Not a single thing. When this is over, when he's gone, I'll make sure there's nothing left for you. You won't get anything. You won't get anything.
Да. Все, теперь я попасть сюда не могу. Ясно. Ну, короче, на 2015 года вроде как должно было выйти 3 эпизода. Вышел только первый, и все. Издатель Дейдалик, а разработчик не помню кто. Так, теперь бабки надо. Да ёшкинка, я все время забываю. Костер. О, могу что взять? Может так? Подожди. Это что, пакет, что ли? О, не-не-не, о, перчатки. Ну, в смысле, перчатки на лом. Ты, блядь. Ну, ладно. Так. Бандюки. Дайте вам бабки.
I brought money. Let me see Rose.
Hey, this is a lot of dough, pal.
So, is it enough?
More than enough. This'll get you into
Добре.
Rose's van for the rest of the night. All you can eat. Have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but be careful with the merchandise. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
Yeah, I get it.
Мир мрачный, далеко не всем все к такому готовы. Основной части нужны развлекаловки, чтобы поярче да повеселее. Поярче да веселее это вон. Шутеры, Fortnite, различные, я не знаю. Вообще, в принципе, квесты и point-клики, они не сильно популярны. Эти игровые проекты. Так.
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. You came back.
Hello, Rose.
Are you here to save
Так.
me? Have you brought me my
Ребенок.
baby?
Чё,
They
ребенок?
won't let me leave here to look for him. He's all I have left in the world. I don't have anyone else.
Это что-то мусор
Will you
какой-то?
help me? That's why you came back, isn't it? Or did you come back for the other thing? Do you want me to take off my clothes and lie down on the mattress?
Я могу поговорить? Ну, давай.
I'd like to talk to you, Rose. You told me you had a secret to tell me. I need to hear it.
Yes, Mr. Sleepyhead. I know a secret about you. It's something very important, but I'm not going to tell you.
Why not?
Because you haven't brought me my baby. I asked you to help me and you haven't done it. I want to hold my baby again and rock him to sleep. Aren't we friends anymore, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, of course we're still friends. But Rose, please. I need to know what it is. What is the secret?
Okay, I'll give you a clue. It's a riddle. I have something of yours from before the Great Wave. It's the key for you to lock and unlock your chest of dreams, you sleepy bear. But I won't give it to you unless I can hold my baby again.
The key to my chest of dreams? I don't know what the devil she's talking about. But if it's something from before the Great Wave, no doubt it could help me recover my past. Rose, I don't have time for games. Give me whatever you have, please.
No, no! You have to help me first. Please bring me my baby. I want to rock him to sleep again, like in the picture on the wall. Have you seen the picture of my baby and me? It was taken before the Great Wave. I have no one else. I need my baby. Bring him to me.
Bring him to me! Bring him to me!
Hey, pal, you can have a good time with our Minnie Mouse, but don't mess up the merchandise. Don't make us come in there. You know how it works. You break it, you buy it.
All right, Rose, all right. Calm down. No, I don't want you to lie down. Tell me, Rose, why can't you leave here?
It's because of them. They don't let me go any farther than that empty lot over there. They say I have to be ready in case a client comes. They only let me go see Rod and Colin in their trailer every once in a while.
And why don't you run away?
Those men are too scary, Mr. Sleepyhead. They yell at me and hit me if I don't do what they say. Sometimes they lock me in here in the dark for hours. And I'm afraid the soldiers will come back. They say they'll call them, and if I don't behave, they'll hurt me again. I'm so afraid of the dark. Aren't you? Colin is afraid of the dark too. Before he got sick, he told me, and now they won't let me see him anymore.
I like the light better. Do you like the lights in my room, Mr. Sleepyhead?
Yes, they're very pretty, Rose.
It's like it's Christmas every day, isn't it? But the one who scares me most is the hunter. He's always ordering everyone around with a voice like an angry lion. He even gives orders to those men outside. He's like a horrible big dog about to bite you. I get the shivers every time he comes to visit me. But I like your voice very much, Mr. Sleepyhead. You sound like a knight in a fairy tale.
And I'm your princess.
You said you don't have anyone. Where is your family?
I don't know, Mr. Sleepyhead.
The last time I saw them was when that great wave came. They said they were leaving, but that they'd come back to find me, and then they left me alone with my baby. They told me they'd only come back if I took good care of him, if I held him and rocked him to sleep, like in the picture on the wall. Did you see my baby and me in the picture, Mr. Sleepyhead? But someone took him while I was asleep. You see, I had this dream while those soldiers were hurting me. Do you like to dream, Mr. Sleepyhead?
It depends on the dream, Rose.
I dream about my baby a lot, sleeping in his little cradle. And I also dream about my room in the house I used to live in before the Great Wave. The sun came in through the window every morning and lit up everything. Sometimes it looked like the walls were going to catch fire. This room is darker. I don't like the dark. That's when they come and hurt me. And sometimes they lock me here in the dark to punish me if I don't do what they say. Have you brought me my baby, Mr. Sleepyhead?
That poor girl is more disturbed than I thought. It looks like her mind hasn't been able to deal with all the pain of these last few months. Someone needs to get her out of here. No, Rose. I'm sorry. I haven't brought you here, baby. Goodbye, Rose. I should be going now.
No, don't go. Please. Will you help me, Mr. Sleepyhead? Will you bring me my baby? And will you bring me a cradle like this one in the picture? Be my knight in shining armor. Bring me what I ask and I'll give you the answer. The key to unlock your chest of dreams.
I'll try, Rose. I promise.
Так, ясно. Короче, ей нужно, я так понимаю, вот эта фотография, да?
I can't help staring at this poster. It's almost an obsession. It's as if there's some hidden message in the background of the image that I'm incapable of processing.
Статуя
What
ребенок.
was so familiar to me about this image? And why?
Так, ладно, что у тебя можно взять? Дверь. Это что? Да подожди, там что-то было. Проволока. Так, зеркало, матрас. Ну-ка тут.
It would break Rose's heart to see me stealing her.
Одежда малыша, да тут... А, вот эта фотография она имеет. Так это журнал какой-то.
It's a page torn out of a very old magazine. In her delirium. Poor... This is the poor girl's place of business. There's makeup scattered at the foot of this. I suppose those savages out there force Rose to put on makeup to make herself look older than she really is.
Так, а взять ничего нельзя, да? Не.
A string of Christmas lights is the reflections of the color and more so.
Так, ладно. Что дальше тут? Есть, черт, нужно поговорить с Колином любой ценой. У меня трейлер закрыт. Ага, это блин, эти. Когда я ей дам младенца, у меня нет батареек для навигатора. Ага. Что еще тут? Все, да?
Huh? Leaving us so soon? Hey, you're quick, pal. So, how'd our little mouse do?
Окей, ладно. Общаемся.
You two are despicable. Rose told me about how you abuse and prostitute her.
I think we'll have to teach that naughty little girl how to keep her mouth shut. Don't jump to conclusions, pal. Let me tell you how we found that chatty little rodent, since you're so interested in her. It was about 4 months ago. She was naked and injured, and she could hardly move. A group of soldiers had gang raped her and left her for dead. They left her body wrapped in barbed wire from the camp fence.
Crows would have picked her clean if we hadn't found her when we did. It's only thanks to us that she's still alive.
Someone like Rose could never survive in the New World alone. You know that as well as we do. We're helping her. We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. The only thing we ask for in return is that she earn her keep.
Only problem is, sometimes she has a hard time understanding that. And we have to be a little more strict with her, that's all.
And the fact is, the girls, well, not too bright. But for some jobs, That's almost a blessing, don't you think?
What good Samaritans.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but you're catching on.
Как всегда, так и бывает. Ну, понятно. Так.
So this business is really just another one of the hunter's rackets?
Hey, careful what you say. We're independent businessmen.
The hunter just lets us operate in his territory. He gives us protection and sends us clients. In exchange for a percentage, of course.
Fair's fair.
Yeah, fair's fair.
Of course. No doubt. I just hope that someday those bastards find themselves face to face with some of that fairness they talk about, wherever it might come from. Rose was talking to me about a baby, her son. Do you know where he is or how I can find him?
That little mouse's mind is gone. I wouldn't pay much attention to what she says.
Hey, as far as I know, her entire family died in the Great Wave. After the explosion, she wandered around in a daze for weeks, until she finally ran into a group of drunken soldiers who wanted to, you know, have some fun with her. When we found her, all she had left was that wrinkled old magazine clipping clutched in her hand. It's her pride and joy. Now she's got it stuck up on the wall of the van.
And as far as the baby's concerned, probably not alive anymore. If it ever existed. Who knows what goes on in that nutcase's head?
Then she really is all alone. She doesn't have anyone.
Of course she does. She has us now. My partner and I are sort of like, her new family.
We protect her and we feed her. We actually keep her alive. And you can bet your ass we will. As long as our little mouse still has that small fortune between her legs.
I don't have anything else to discuss with you two.
Okay. Come back anytime you
капитал.
like. You paid for her. The door to the van is open to you all night long.
Окей. Так, если с вами, если говорить будет все то же самое. Так, торгуйте, крышует, где он? Так, всё понял.
Okay. You paid for...
Ладно, валим. Валим. Так, пойдем к охотнику. Опа.
From all the noise coming from the other side of this door, I have no doubt that there are people in the bar, but they don't seem to hear me, or don't want to open up for me.
Так, хорошо. Бочка, светильник, ряд бочек, еще бочки. Ну-ка.
Okay, here goes. It's impossible to budge these drums at all. I don't know what they contain, but whatever it is, it weighs a ton.
Так. Что у нас есть? О. Ломик.
What for?
Чего?
What for? I'd only...
Кусачки.
The bolt cutters are so dull.
Цепь они перекусили, а тут они не могут, а? О, дрель может.
Let's see what's in here.
Что там, что-то есть?
There's nothing coming out of the hole, though it weighs a ton. Whatever it is
Должно
in
быть
this drum
что-то
must be
твердое,
solid.
учитывая ее огромные. Трупы, цемент, песок, камни.
Let's see what's in here.
Что там твердое может быть?
There's nothing coming out of the hole. Whatever's in this drum must be solid. Okay, so we'll make a hole in one of these drums.
Давай третью. О, что-то потекло.
Blah. This must be the poisonous concoction they serve as a beverage in the bar. The drum is already empty enough. I think I can now get rid of this old hand drill. I doubt I'll be using it again.
Не надо. Ну нахрена, блин. Ладно.
With its contents spilled all over the ground, the punctured drum doesn't seem so heavy anymore.
Так. Ага. Провод.
Up close, I see that it's a high...
Так, так, так.
This cable is insulated with plastic.
Пластиковая изоляция. О, а давай, если мы его сделаем вот так.
This is the only way I can think of to draw those thugs out of their den.
Реально.
What the hell is going on now?
Ugh, another power
Свась,
failure.
свась!
Go figure. Nothing works in this damn camp.
This damn sewer is gonna be the end of us.
Everything's okay. Calm down and shut your mouth. You, light some candles. Get us some light in here. And you, come with me and take a look.
It would be better if they didn't see me around here.
Hey, look. The main cable is broken. How could that have happened?
I don't know, maybe the wind or a bird.
Bunch of idiots. The cable's cut. This was sabotage.
Yep. And here are the tools he used to do it. Gloves and a pair of bolt cutters.
Damn it. I can kiss that stuff goodbye.
Sabotage? Someone sabotaged us? Who would dare?
I haven't the faintest idea.
What happened, Hank?
Hey, Mike. Nothing in particular. It's nice to see you around here, dude. Some idiotic camp electrician wanted to practice on our place. That's all. We'll give him a fitting reward when we find him. You know, fair's fair. So, tell me, what brings you to these parts?
I wanted to talk business with you.
Business? Of course, Mike. You know, in these hard times, we all have to help each other. I'm sure we'll be able to make a deal. Come inside and sit down with me. And you, fix this. All right, dude. You told me you wanted to talk business. So, here we are. Shoot.
The last time I was here, you told me
Батарейки.
that you could get anything. I need some batteries.
Of course, Mike. You know that I like you. I know one of our kind when I see one. I want to help you. I really do. But you know, in today's world, everything has a price. Things have gotten very ugly.
How much is it gonna cost me?
Save your cash for those poor devils out there. I can see the future, dude. I can smell it and touch it. And that stupid paper will be worthless in a very, very short time.
So what is it you want in exchange?
The only liquid asset still worth anything in this new world, Mike. Fuel. Bring me gasoline, oil, kerosene. Anything that can make a motor or generator run, dude. These are dark days, and people need light. We want to bring it to them. You bring me the fuel, and the batteries are yours.
It's obvious that I don't have anything like that on me.
Then I'm sorry to have to tell you this, dude. No fuel, no deal. But you're a smart guy. I'm sure you'll figure out some way to make me happy.
That horrible music is drilling into my eardrums. Why do you always play the same song over and over again?
You're lucky we're friends, Mike. Otherwise, I would have pounded your nose into your skull. That was my late father's favorite song. He was an apostle of the new world, a visionary.
Apostle of the new world?
That's right, Mike. An evangelist, a prophet. I hated that old bastard for years. As a boy, the beatings he gave me made me tremble at the sound of his voice, of his boots, of his belt. When I was just a kid, he forced us to live in the forest for days on end. Those were his survival classes, he said. I still have scars from those years. We were all delighted when they found the remains of his body burnt to a crisp in a car, clutching his flask of whiskey like a baby's bottle. It's only now I understand.
Understand? What?
What my father was trying to do. His commitment to making us strong. He was a visionary. He knew that hard times were coming. He never stopped repeating that. And he prepared us for them. That hell that buried me alive in the old and decadent world gave me wings in this new world. And let me be reborn, cleansed and purified. I don't care if the Great Wave was the work of God or the devil, Mike. I only know that one of them has been very good to me. My father's prophecy came true. And the new world has put all of us in our rightful place.
Yeah, I haven't the slightest doubt. I just talked to your men. Those maggots who are prostituting Rose. Your business dealings turn my stomach.
Watch your mouth in my house, you damn prig. Because you're insulting me in front of my people. And this is not the first time.
That poor girl is disturbed. She has the mind of a child. What you guys are doing isn't right.
Do you want to talk about justice, dude? About that objective, impartial, blind lady with the scales? It's funny that you're the one bringing up that blindfolded whore. And wasn't it you who paid handsomely for some time alone with that little mouse? So, did you have a good time with her, Mike? And tell me, what are those blood stains on your shirt? I suppose my informants are mistaken, and that blood is unrelated to the disappearance of a certain preacher in this city. Michael, did you treat him justly? Now, who the hell do you think you are, handing out lessons in morality to anyone, dude?
But how do you know? Oh wait, there's an explanation for all this.
Дурак, ой, дурак.
And it's very simple. You gotta do what you gotta do. But don't you worry, Mike. I see everything, but your secrets are safe with me. I like you, dude, because deep down, you and I are much more alike than you think. Our true nature is coming out in all its glory in this new world. You just need the courage to act on it.
You're wrong. I'm not like you.
I hope for your sake that you're the one who's wrong, dude. You're a predator. I can tell. Don't make the mistake of turning into a lamb, because you already know how that could turn out. And when it comes to Rose, let me tell you that she has every right in the world to defend herself. That's the magnificence of this new world. It's given us absolute freedom to assume our true roles. Rose, just like the rest of us, has to decide if she's a lion or a lamb. Ain't it grand, dude? It's only now that we're truly free to choose. But don't get me wrong, the right to defend herself is hers, and hers alone. So be careful with the heroic gestures, Mike. You touch a single hair on the head of any of my men to defend that little mouse, and I'll rip your skin off, one strip at a time. They're friends of mine. Got it?
Yes. You've made yourself perfectly clear. You won't have to tell me again. I should be going now.
Okay, Mike, whatever you say. Remember, get me fuel, and you'll have your batteries.
Так, подожди, а у меня... Это что такое? А что может быть тебе пригодится из того, что мне... Это я не могу, это мне не надо. Так, давай. Не хочет это. Хочет это. Хочет.
Hey, Hank. What if I told you I know where you can get more fuel than you've ever dreamed of?
Don't call me that again, dude. Like I told you, that man died in the Great Wave. But you have aroused my curiosity. So, where is this place? Information like that is well worth the batteries you need.
A few hours ago, I found a way to get into the medical center you told me about in the outskirts of the city. It's much bigger than it looks like from the outside, and it uses enormous generators to power its electrical system. They're storing hundreds of barrels of fuel in a huge depot, which is hidden behind a fence that goes all the way around the compound. It's invisible from the outside.
Yeah, and I suppose you brought those hundreds of barrels to the camp to bargain with me.
No, but I do have the key that will let you and your men get them out of there without raising suspicion. It's a vehicle pass for entering the compound, stamped by the army.
That's a very interesting story, dude. I'll have to do some checking, but it sounds promising. Now, if what you're saying is true, you're going to make one weary old bear very happy. But if you're lying, I'll find you wherever you try to hide, and I'll maul you with my paws right on the spot.
So you'll give me the batteries in exchange for the ID?
Deal. The ID is now mine. Here are the batteries you asked for.
Так. Батарейки, давай.
Okay, let's see if this device still works. It works, but what do we have here? It's a list with hundreds of names, places, and addresses, and a map of the city. It's the device the cleanup brigades use to navigate. It looks like some satellites are active. I just have to enter an address.
Ввести адрес и терминал. А, о, подожди, у меня же... А как-то? Подожди.
So Beechwood Oracle, but what kind? And why does that... It seems like a good idea, but the GPS signal is very...
Окей.
Hey, Mike, wait. Before you go. I've been thinking about it. And now it's my turn to propose a deal to you.
A deal?
Yeah, listen. Me and my boys don't like leaving the camp
No.
any more than we have to. We're a bit too well known and sought after by the pigs out there.
Что-то принести тебе, что ли, надо?
All that talk about the medical center, the fuel and the ID got me curious. I need to get the lay of the land.
А как ты проверишь, кстати, то, что я тебе дал?
But I can't expose myself. It would look very suspicious if I were to be seen poking around out there.
Of course. And what do you need from me?
Bring us enough information about that depot
складе...
for us to make a plan. I'm talking diagrams,
координаты
coordinates,
карты.
maps, or better
Фотография.
yet, a photo. Bring back what I'm asking for, and I'll give you whatever you want in return. What is it you need, dude?
Так я откуда знаю, что я хочу? Я не знаю, что хочу.
Do you know the trailer where...
Yes, of course. He still thinks that he's a real...
No.
They have a young son. I can't tell you why, but I need to... You have to make a commotion outside. Keep
Uh-huh.
them busy for a few minutes.
You never cease to... I don't know what you... Bring me the information, and I promise... And Mike...
I don't know what ideas, but I have to play along to avoid having to explain. Deal. But nobody gets hurt.
Bring me that...
Окей, это мне, в принципе, нужно, да? Он же там говорил, там Майкл... Так. То есть я ему дал снимок, ой, пропуск, а он еще им нужен снимок. Ну ладно, бред какой-то. Так.
Okay, let's enter the address shown on the card from Beechwood Oracle, 24 Mametswood Street. The map shows me a place near downtown. Let's go have a look.
Третий гол, хорошо. Классический охрана, толстый, худой. Хорош. Так, дай-ка я... Всякий случай сохраню. Тихо. Да, блин, ну ладно. Так, пустая банка. Так.
More of the shattered, despite the... Great. The sign that shows... What was this place before the Great Wave?
Ага.
It rains over the building. On the rim, there's a shiny object. They crisscross this system of...
Ага.
Three huge lights struggle... They actually see...
Так, а это что такое?
The only lights and the tangle of cable...
Shut up, you filthy beasts! Goddamn mangy
Пушки.
animals! Get out of there! I'm going to gouge out your eyes one by one! Skedaddle!
Чё это он так?
But what is your problem with cats?
Those cats are to blame for everything! They're what brought the disease to the city! They're what brought the virus that infects the dissolved!
Here we go again. I've told you 1,000 times.
Параноик, что ли?
That's nonsense.
Of course it's not nonsense!
Параноик.
I heard it from the friend of a friend who works
А,
in
ну
a
понятно.
research center!
Those poor creatures aren't to blame for anything.
Shut your face, you worm!
Так, ладно, хорошо, мусорный
In the old world, it's gotta be...
Я могу выйти, это могу зайти.
No matter what, I guess...
Так, а я... Нет, это сардина, что ли? Ты... Да ёлка... Так, с вами можем... То сейчас вот...
Hey
Давай.
you! What are you doing here? Didn't you hear the curfew warning?
Relax. Look at his red.
So you're one of those... At least the rest of the worms at the camp have... But you guys, the moles, you're nothing more than a pack of treacherous...
No doubt, I have a great paragon. My hatred for these pigs has only grown. And ruthless bastards. I just want to ask you guys a few questions. Do you know what the establishment was before the Great Wave?
I can't say I do. I lived on the other side of town, but judging from what's left, I'd say it looks like it was a bookstore. Looks like it burned down to the ground after the Great Wave.
Well, I for one am glad that nest of bookworms was destroyed. I never liked books. They always were a total waste of time.
Is that right? At first glance, I would have taken you for someone with refined literary tastes.
I think that description fits you to a T.
Watch your mouth, you dirty rat! And don't think that bracelet would protect you. I could blow your head off without batting an eyelid. Don't forget who's in charge here.
Why are you posted here?
Just following orders. Rat, we're here to protect and serve the inhabitants of this city. That's our mission.
Yes, I can see how the people feel much safer with you around.
We're doing our nightly rounds, and we have orders to keep a particular eye on this neighborhood.
And why this neighborhood in particular?
Well, as you can see, this area of the city was left almost intact after the Great Wave. It was kind of a miracle. Most of the homes and businesses are still standing, so burglary attempts are pretty popular. If there's anything left in the city worth guarding, it's here.
You ask a lot of questions. Have you come to steal something, rat?
No, of course not. With officers of the law like you, I'd never dare do anything like that.
I wouldn't provoke my partner too much if I were you. He's plenty jumpy today, and he's sometimes rather unpredictable.
And as for you, blabbermouth, I watch my tongue if I were you. How I am is nobody's business. And you, get back to your nest, rat!
So how's the night going?
Very quiet, except for a shooting at the entrance to the city a few hours ago. I think someone tried to steal some food. And when that happens, you have to act decisively. That's our duty.
It would be a fantastic night if it wasn't for those revolting cats. This damn neighborhood is infested with them.
Cats?
My partner doesn't like cats. And tonight they've been howling non-stop since we started our rounds.
Filthy creatures, dirty and pestilent. They're to blame for everything.
I won't bother you anymore. Keep up the good work.
Ясно. Скорее всего, это будет как-то использовано. Так, что-то у нас.
Those two, they probably before I got a chance.
Ага, понятно.
Burnt paper. Hey, wait. One of these posters has a photograph of
book?
Reverend Blake on it. The
Beachwood
Beachwood Oracle Bookstore invites you to a reading of The Annihilation of
Ah,
Time,
боковой
where you
оракул.
can meet the book's author, Edward Blake. That explains why that deranged
писатель?
priest. On the other hand, I know burnt paper.
Он был
Hey, wait. The
писателем.
Beachwood Oracle Bookstore invites you to a
Истребление
reading of
времени.
on the other.
Интересно.
I don't have a good. I don't need to look through. In better time, now they look like that maybe aren't as dystopia.
Утопия. Доски. Заблокированная дверь. Компьютер.
I don't think I'm going to be able to. No, when the hardware you're.
Так. Что-то еще. Что такое? А, это вот. Так, плакат, куча, обугленный, горелый, монитор, дверь. Так, а ну-ка, ломиком.
The sign says emergency. Well, it seems that it doesn't look like it's.
Ты попробуй.
Done.
Хорошо. Оу. А мы, оказывается, локи. Так, а как мне... Как это я... Я могу туда?
Hey, wait.
Ага. не могу.
I don't see it.
Look at that bill.
I think you're. Come on.
Ага.
Shut up. All this is because of those pestilent I can't.
I better not let those two psychopaths down.
То есть их надо как-то от меня... Понятно. Выманить. Выманить, выманить. Кстати. Надо проверить, а можно ли. Можно ли. Так, я в крысу могу что-нибудь кинуть? О. Не, она не выделяется, понятно. Рыба. Рыба. Вот это вот.
Okay.
Ага. Фу. Но кошки, насколько я знаю... Так, это тут противная вещь. Так, кое-что хотел проверить.
Their corpses. They're already.
Ну, подожди, может, ачивку дадут.
They're already. The lights are broke.
О, ачивку дали. Так, а что... Да. Что-то было раньше? Ха. А, ну это я видел.
Oh no. The image of that guy again. It's like a loop that keeps repeating. Over and over again. A damn nightmare that repeats over and over again.
Так, хорошо. О, кстати. Кстати. Блин, пофигу, тут карты нет. Так неудобно. Пошли. А, сюда. Ну-ка.
It's useless.
Хе-хе, понятно. Хорош. А какой? Ага. Да я туда пойду. Так, кошки. Кошечки. Уведетесь-ка вы на рыбу тухлую. Даже очень тухлую. Повелись.
There you are, you mangy beasts. So you dare to come out?
Что, будет
did you?
стрелять?
Now I've got you. Elf! Goddamn revolting cats. Sooner or later I'll get each and every last one of you. I promise you.
Don't get mad. Your technique's improving. You almost got one this time.
Shut up!
Так ты же мог стрелять. Что это такое? Что такое?
Now I get it. This is the system that controls.
И чё? А это что?
What the shit? Why does nothing work right in this filthy city?
Looks like a voltage surge. Suppose you think the cats are to blame.
Shut your mouth or I'll shut it for you. I'm not letting those flea-bitten beasts out of my sight. No chance, mate.
Так. Слушай, а вот они увидят меня? Ну-ка проверим. Давай, вперед. Да, можно. На картинке.
I've seen this place before.
Это в смысле на крыше или это... А, он с крыши это видит. Понял.
Those trees, the park, the statue. Tomorrow comes today. Of course, the photo from the poster. It was shot from someplace in this very building. But what's the meaning of all this? And could it be that the voice wasn't actually trying to lead me to that burned out bookstore down there, but rather to this building, to this place?
О, тут подземелье. Что такое? Кондиционер. Так. Ведро. Так.
It's a sculpture from my poster. Maybe it was an allegory of Happy Father until the Great Wave turned it into a ton of useless objects. I guess that's these benches, fountains, and statues. Whereas the vegetation in this, well, if that.
Так,
From what I
антенны.
heard, it seems like it took to turn all the blaze of
Кондиционер.
this control. And I don't think doing with
Чё опять?
Oh no. Here comes that sensation
Ага.
again.
Прошлое.
It's like floating in a dense liquid. While everything around me changes and repeats in cycles.
Good God. I think I'm starting to lose my mind.
Так, что еще? Сюда я не могу. Так. Дверь.
The front door of this, despite the surveillance,
Ломиком.
getting into a punching.
Так, это вверх, это вниз. Написано запись.
There's a piece of paper stuck to the. Let's see what it says.
Привет, Майкл. Мы уже давно пытаемся связаться с тобой, где ты пропадаешь. Мы начинаем серьезно волноваться. Крису нужно срочно с тобой поговорить. Зайди к нам в редакцию газеты, теперь мы живем там. ТНТ. В редакцию газеты, это случайно... Он не журналист ли? А, это его... Тихо.
Of course. And I think it's better if I don't try to pick the lock. And the last thing I need right now is.
Так это, подожди, это ж твоя квартира, скорее всего. Давай.
I have the. I'm not going to.
Гвоздем.
I'm afraid.
Гирляндой.
The light.
Вот этой хренью.
It doesn't.
Так, гвоздем...
I don't see.
Так, ну,
I'm not. Wow. I don't.
А, я записку взял. А, прикольно. Так, это можно... Так. Опа.
The bad news is that I just used up all the electrical tape.
О. Ящик с железными деталями. Прикольно. Я колыбель сделал. Обалдеть. Ведро. Окей. Это, наверное, надо потом найти подобие ребенка, сюда его положить. Да блин, да что ты постоянно так нажимаешь? Так.
Hey, wait a minute.
Что?
There's a metal plaque on the wall next to the door. Michael Argent, photographer.
Фотограф. Это
I
ты.
can't believe it. This is the apartment of a man named Michael.
Да
An
это
apartment
ты.
located above the Beechwood Oracle bookstore. And in the building where the photograph on the poster was taken. Can all this really be a coincidence?
Нет.
I can hardly believe it. But is it possible that the voice in my head has been guiding me to my own front door?
Да. Да, Майкл, это твоя хата. Так, ключ, сундук у меня... Угу. Так, хорошо.
Isn't it time for you to go back to your nest, rat?
ignorant bastard is starting to get on my nerves. Yes, I do have to be going. By the way, how did the chase go? Were those cats too quick for you?
You'd better go. It's not in your best interest to get my partner any more agitated. Not tonight.
You shut your mouth, you rat, or I'll shut it for you! I won't warn you again! Those beasts are possessed, and I'm going to exterminate them, one by one, with my bare hands if I have to!
I'm sure that would make you the pride of the force. Just one more thing. Try to stay away from the trash cans next time.
I've warned you, you filthy rat! You've worn out my patience! Ow! This'll teach you to treat me with a little more respect! I'm going to wipe that stupid grin off your face! Ouch! This is the only language you shitheads from the refugee camp understand! So, you're going to treat me with respect now, aren't you?
Come on, leave him alone. You'll kill him. He is a mole after all, and it's in our interest to keep him alive. Come on, let's get out of here.
Well, you're safe for now, but I have a very good memory for faces. Another day, I'll finish what we started, rat. I swear it.
А толстяк-то не просто так. Умеет, умеет. Могет, так, это можно понять? Ого, фонарик дали? Что это такое?
These stains mark the spot where that bloated psych. Now I can say I've made. Wait a minute. It's a frag.
Сколько моего зуба? Зуб взял. Так, хорошо. Ну, если честно, сам виноват. Согласен? Не надо провоцировать, особенно вооруженную охрану. А то. Кстати. Кстати. Да. Проверим сейчас. Терек. Ну-ка, наберешь?
Okay.
Хорош.
Before I go down, in case the...
Да.
I'll get my stuff.
Так, взял? Взял. Так. Я там видел, выходим. В моменте, где тот выкидывал вещи. Костер. Да. Ну-ка.
Here goes. Maybe we can...
То мы здесь подымем.
Now that the fire...
Куколка. Ну-ка. Кукла.
The great wave, but I'm still not crazy.
В смысле?
Great wave, but I'm still not crazy enough to want to...
Так. Но я думаю, это именно то, что ей нужно. Она уже двинута головой. Так. Женщина. На.
I'm not proud of what I'm about to... And if she wants her, I'll give her... I brought you your baby.
Did you bring me my baby? Did you bring him? Thank you so much, Mr. Sleepyhead. You kept your word. You brought me my baby. Now I need you to bring me a crib, like the one in the picture.
Случайно сделал, но пригодилось.
Now I can rock my baby to sleep and sing to him.
Now I need you to tell me that secret you promised to reveal if I brought what you asked.
Yes, our secret. I have something that belongs to you, Mr. Sleepyhead. It's the key that opens your chest of dreams. And now, it's yours again.
But it's a real key. Where did you get it?
I found it in your jacket after Rod and his wife gave me your clothes. When I got to my room, the key fell on the floor and made a clinking sound.
А
I
сразу...
had just seen you sleeping in their trailer, like a big bear. And then I figured it out. It was the key to the chest where you were keeping your dreams. Because you like to dream, don't you? Of course you do. That's why your name is Mr. Sleepyhead.
The key that opens my chest of dreams.
Thank you very much for your help, Rose. Take good care of your son. I should be going now.
No, please.
А сразу нельзя было?
Now that I found my baby, I have to get away from here.
Чего?
If you leave, more men will come, and I can't stand the dark. And now they'll want to...
The hunter was clear. Well, there'll be hell. I'm sorry, Rose.
Mr. Sleep, don't let them touch me again. Please, you have to get me out.
Good God. And what was... Damn it. I can't just... Even if I don't know, I'll help you, Rose.
Thank you. Do you promise?
Yes.
Так. Он пообещал ей помочь. Так. Любой ценой поможет. Так, записка. Вытащи меня от это 4. Хорошо. Это, скорее всего, что? Что это? Хата. Проверим. Ну, надеюсь, меня это... Не грохнет толстяк. Пошли. Ключ выпал с куртки. Куртка была на нем одета. Он фотограф. Скорее всего. Так. Замутили, конечно. Да, тихо. Давай. Сюда. А фонарик, кстати, скорее всего, возможно, вот там, где я не мог пройти. Люк. Ключ от твоей квартиры. Ты прав. Так, балка.
Whoever designed this building, there are pillars and wood, a line of tiny screws. This must be the corner, just a white backdrop.
О. Камера. Так, а что в камере?
A somewhat antiquated model of an instant cam. I only see one that has no...
Нет пленки, хорошо. Что тут еще? Открытый рабочий шкаф.
The outside of this closet is... It looks disproportionate.
Это выход. Задник. Могу?
No. I'd only rip it if I tried to pull it down without first taking out the screws.
Открутить. Так, шкатулка. Опа.
It's me. This photo. I remember it. I remember this photograph.
Please, Michael, help us. Only you can do it.
And this woman is... She's Emily. She's my wife. Now I remember her. The person who's been communicating with me all this time. Emily.
I love you, Michael.
And I now pronounce you...
Don't ever leave me.
I won't.
I have something to tell you, Michael.
Are you really? Oh, yes!
Things are not going well between us, Michael. You know that.
It's only a rough patch. You'll see. It's all your fault!
You have to get on top of this, Michael. It's destroying both of us. I'm afraid of you.
Shut up! Shut up! Everything will be different. Remember that vacation we took to the beach? When we were getting to know each other? Everything will go back to the way it was.
Promise me.
I promise. Oh, Emily, what does all this mean? Where are you? How can I find you? What are these messages you keep repeating in my head? I've lost my mind. I've lost my mind. That's the only logical explanation for this. Oh, Emily. My poor Emily. Where are you? How can I find you?
То есть это получается его жена, он и встретился, женился, беременная, он забухал, потом они поругались, пустая бутылка.
It's exactly no doubt. I can
Потом что-то он пообещал.
as dry and as empty as I see various liquor that explains the
Так, полки.
what for? It's like looking.
Так, что это у нас? Чё, блин.
Central Outrider. That's the now I understand. This file cabinet, it seems like as a photographer. Dolphin News. The title of this pub. Greater City Horizon. One.
Это может быть газеты, где были опубликованы его фотографии. Кстати, вполне возможно.
Keystone Central. Mayfair Torch. Paper and Pen. Sandy Ridge Center. Village Green Preservation Society. Young Zimmerman.
Так, подожди, там только одна?
Solstice Time. Solstice Time.
Стоп. Я их взять, что ли, мог? Еще раз. Да. Ага.
Village Green. First, I'll put the newspaper I took. As much as I might like my old.
Во как.
Village Green Preservation Society. Village Green Preservation Society. Sandy Ridge. First, as much as.
Окей.
Sandy Ridge Sentinel. A crude, low budget, and I'm afraid that my photography.
А как и...
Yellowtown. First, as much. Yellowtown Scribe. What am I supposed to wrap it up? That wouldn't serve. Impossible. Yellowtown Scribe. Paper and first, as much as.
А зачем я ее беру?
Pen. A crude, low budget and obscure. I'm afraid that.
Я чуть не понимаю.
Mayfair Torch. Mayfair Torch. First, as much as I might.
Но я беру и...
Mayfair Torch.
То же самое.
Keystone Center.
Кинстон.
First, as much.
Шо?
Keystone Central. I don't. Impossible. Greater City Horizon. First, as much as I might. Greater City Horizon. A crude, low budget, and obscure public. I'm afraid that. Impossible.
Я думаю, может быть, это...
First, as much as I'm. Fairview Vanguard. Impossible.
Чего?
Fairview Vanguard. I don't see anything noteworthy in this local.
Правда, все-таки что-то... Да блин, подожди там до конца. Так, это что? ФВ.
Bjorn City Paper. First, as much as. Bjorn City Paper. A crude, I'm afraid. Impossible. Although it refers to, I don't see any address in this note that I can.
В списке нет адреса. По идее, в газете... Полки.
What for? It's like.
Еще раз.
Sandy Ridge Sentinel. One of the many. Whitewood Sentinel. That's the name of.
Так, давай...
Sandy. First, as much as
Я здесь еще могу что-нибудь?
solstice times.
А,
many
тут
newspapers.
разные.
First, as much as Sandy Ridge.
Тихо.
You-
Что?
Today Progress, one of the many newspapers stored in the filing cabinet.
А, тут во как. А они вот по вот этой
The
штуке.
New Truth. That's the name of this newspaper. First, as much as I'm
Ну-ка. Ой, смотри, фото
The New
есть.
Truth. The newspaper for those who have woken up. It looks like a decent publication, even though it was produced on a shoestring budget.
Тайна неведомых огней в небе над Токио пока не раскрыта. Необычные потрясающие вспышки неизвестной природы продолжают загораться в ночном небе над столицей Японии. Местные власти не дают официальных объяснений данному феномену. Имеется сведения о серьезных электромагнитных отклонениях в зонах наибольшей активности. Ходят слухи, что правительство готовится немедленно закрыть границу государства. Текст Крис Бланстоу, фотография Майкл
The address of the office is at the and the article on the front page.
Ага, ага, то, что надо. Так.
It seems like a good idea. It seems like a good idea.
Окей, хорошо. Да, блин. Нашел. Уходим.
Of course. The letters T and T on the letterhead of. I'll enter the address of the map indicates. Will it still be standing?
Только не зависай, игра. Хорошо.
Good God, Michael, is that you?
There's no question about it. That's the person I saw in my vision. The person mentioned in the note I found in my house. What was his name? Hello, Chris.
Come in quickly. It's dangerous to be out on the streets at this hour. Michael, I'm so glad to see you again. After all that time without hearing from you, Sarah and I feared the worst. But tell me, why didn't you come sooner? Where have you been all this time?
From his enthusiastic welcome, it looks like this man and I were good friends in the past, before the entire world collapsed. But can I trust him? I don't know. Do I have any other choice? It's a long story, Chris. Very long.
I'm all ears, old friend.
And while I tell him everything I can remember, the few things in my memory since waking up in Rod's trailer, I see a mixture of tenderness and compassion on his face. Something I haven't seen in anyone else since waking up in this hellhole. I haven't the slightest doubt. I can trust this man.
I'm sorry for everything that happened, Michael. Sarah and I had been trying to get in touch with you for a long time, but the Great Wave made it impossible to find you. Now I know why. As a matter of fact, she went out to take that note to your house. I haven't seen her since. Tell me, did you find Sarah? Did she tell you she was coming here?
Sarah? I'm sorry, but I just found this handwritten note on the door. That's all.
Of course, forgive me. You already told me that you were blanked. You don't remember her. Sarah is my wife. Emily and she were close friends. In fact, they ran the Beechwood Oracle bookstore together, right below your apartment. That's how you started working with us at the New Truth. And the two of you, Emily and you, became like family to us. I want you to know that what happened to Emily affected us deeply, Michael. Sarah was devastated. We could hardly bring ourselves to speak to you at the time. I'm so sorry for what happened to her.
What the hell are you talking about?
Good God. Don't tell me you don't remember that either. Emily died, Michael.
But that's impossible.
I'm sorry to be the one to make you relive that hell. You yourself told Sarah and me on the phone a little while before you returned home. It happened while the two of you were in Japan, scarcely a few days before the Great Wave hit. At the paper, we sent you on an assignment to do a photo essay on those strange lights that had been sighted in the sky over Tokyo. So you got all your photography equipment together and set off right away. Emily went with you. You two decided to use the trip as a chance to work on your marriage, which had been in trouble for a long time. You were in bad shape, Michael. Your financial problems, her miscarriages, your violent, self-destructive nature. Emily couldn't take it anymore. You were putting her through too much back then.
Things are not going well between us, Michael. You know that.
It's only a rough patch. You'll see. It's all your fault.
You have to get on top of this, Michael. It's destroying both of us. I'm afraid of you.
I can't help it. It's that demon. You know I can't help it.
From what you told us, things were getting better. After so many years, both of you were starting to rediscover each other.
Everything will be different. Remember that vacation we took to the beach? When we were getting to know each other? Everything will go back to the way it was.
Promise me.
I promise.
Until one night in your hotel, Emily started to feel sick. It all happened very fast. She was having fainting spells, vomiting, running a fever. You took her to the nearest hospital where she was admitted immediately.
Emily, what's happening? Emily! Emily!
And a few hours later, they told you she was dead. They wouldn't even let you see her body. They wouldn't let you see her. The Japanese authorities hustled you off on the next plane out. It was all very strange and disconcerting. And the very night you arrived, the great wave hit.
Она заболела вот этой фигней, тающей. А его выслали, чтобы... Чтобы... Чтобы что? Хрен его знает. Ага. Во.
I swear I could see how time was stopping. Little by little. In her eyes.
Короче, наложение какое-то произошло, да? Обалдеть.
She talks to me. I've been hearing her voice for some time now. You must think I've lost my mind.
From the little we were able to talk to you before you got back, we could see that her death hit you terribly hard, Michael. You felt extremely guilty for the way you treated her those last few years. You said you would never be able to forgive yourself. It's possible that the pain warped your mind, but it's also possible that what is happening to you is real.
If Emily died before the Great Wave, how can what's happening to me be real?
Let me tell you something. In spite of the catastrophe, at the New Truth, we've never stopped working. For Sarah and for me, this newspaper is our life. And since the Great Wave, our contacts and confidential sources haven't stopped bringing us the most incredible and chilling information you could imagine. Thousands, no, millions of unexplained phenomena are taking place simultaneously all over the world, Michael. We're living through the strangest and most confusing times in our history, and any hypothesis, no matter how crazy, must be taken into consideration, even what you just told me. There's no question that something extraordinary is happening all over the world because of the Great Wave, the emergence of the dissolved, and our gradual approach to the dead synchronicity point.
Yes, the Great Wave. People have been telling me about it since the moment I woke up.
Everyone talks about it, but no one really knows what it is. Did you know that the catastrophe didn't just strike here, but all over the world? They keep us isolated and misinformed, but that's the truth. The Great Wave didn't just destroy this city, it affected the entire planet. And the most surprising thing is that it all happened simultaneously, at the exact same moment everywhere on Earth. Isn't that amazing? There's never been an official account of the catastrophe. They don't want to tell us, but at the New Truth we know a lot of things they don't want us to know.
They? Who are they?
The elite, the army, the shadow government, whoever is in control at any particular moment. They're determined to maintain the power structures of the old world by any means. The irony is, for the moment, any notion of order or control is absurd. The rules of the game have changed completely, and the entire world is slipping through their fingers. They're disoriented and frightened, and they'll do anything to prop up the old system. That's what makes them so dangerous. But information weakens them, makes them vulnerable. And that's why we have to keep investigating, Michael. It's our duty to uncover the truth.
The dissolved. That horrible disease.
Yes, the fate of those poor devils. That's the cruelest and saddest part of this story. From reliable sources, we've been able to find out that while it is true the Great Wave multiplied the number of dissolved drastically, a few early cases of dissolution were actually detected hours, even days before the catastrophe.
What? There were cases of the dissolved before the Great Wave?
Yes, Michael. Just a handful of victims scattered across the globe. But the timing is significant. What's more, people have told us shocking stories about those victims.
I could tell you one. Colin, the only child of the family that took care of me in the refugee camp, is a dissolved. Just a few hours ago, in a deep trance, he shouted out my name, insisting that he needed to talk to me. He kept saying that he wanted to give me a message from Emily.
Good God, Michael. And what was that message?
I don't know. I haven't had a chance to talk to him, but I will. His condition is very serious, and I have to hurry.
If only we had more information about the disease, what it is, where it came from. If only we knew a little bit more about those strange underground highways they talk about so much during their trances. We need more information. At the New Truth, all we have are a few eyewitness reports here and there, and a handful of tests for detecting the disease that we were able to steal from one of the cleanup brigades. And that's not very much when you're trying to put together a puzzle as obscure and complicated as this one.
Dead synchronicity? What's that?
It's very difficult to explain, Michael. We're still so short of information. But I will tell you one thing. Time is running out. The Great Wave triggered a landslide of death and destruction that's accelerating by the day. And the end will be absolutely devastating.
Look around you, Chris. It's impossible for the situation to get worse.
If the theory about the approach of the dead synchronicity point is true, the future that awaits us will make everything we've seen up to now seem like a walk in the park, Michael. The arrival of the dead synchronicity point will mean the end of the world as we know it. The end of the laws of nature, the laws of physics, the very meaning of existence. And with them, of course, the end of the human species on the face of the earth. Our inability to adapt will wipe us out in a matter of minutes, and indeed, in some cases, it's already happening. But the good news is that if this hypothesis is correct, the very nature of this anomaly could also allow us to reverse the situation.
Reverse the situation? You mean avoid the future you're talking about? Avoid the consequences of the Great Wave? Is that possible?
Of course it is. How can I explain it to you? No, not yet. It would be too complex for you to understand, and I don't want to create any false hope. I can't tell you anything more for the time being. We need more information, more sources, and we need them urgently. Time is running out, in every sense of the word.
I need answers too, Chris. Where can I find the information you need? How can I help you?
A few days ago, one of our confidential sources in the Army contacted the New Truth. He told us he had a bombshell in his hands, an official report of the results of all the investigations conducted to date on the Great Wave, the Dissolved, and the Dead Synchronicity Point. It's a real gold mine, Michael. The answer to our prayers.
And where is that report now?
The same day she left the note at your house, Sarah was supposed to meet our source at the same place we always meet people who cooperate with the New Truth, which had been the safest place in the city up to that point. The sewers. But she never came back, Michael. I was hoping she'd found you.
Это люк, который был там, возле парка.
Taken refuge in your apartment.
Don't worry, Chris. Sarah will be fine.
Yes, I know. Sarah is a strong woman and very resourceful. I know she can take care of herself. If you want to help us, Michael, get us that report. I'm trapped in this basement in this wheelchair, but I know that you'll be able to get it for me. It's vitally important that we get it. That's where we'll find the answers to all our questions. Even answers about Emily and her messages. Follow the trail of Sarah and our source. Go down into the sewers and find some clue that can lead us to them. But be very careful down there. It's dangerous.
Dangerous? You just told me the sewers were the safest place in the city.
Indeed they were. That's why they became the perfect hiding place for the Dissolved and their families. For some time now, the army has been reinforcing its dragnets for catching the dissolved hiding in the sewers. If they find you in one of those tunnels, they'll shoot first and ask questions later.
I'll be fine.
Take this. You'll need something to guide you. The city sewer system is a veritable labyrinth. I've marked the exact spot where the meeting was supposed to take place. It's a huge subterranean gallery where several pipes converge. Michael, please, bring me that report. And for the love of God, bring Sarah back to me safe and sound.
I'll do it.
Очень много здесь
It's a map with handwritten notes. Without this...
говорят. Очень много говорят. Блин. Так, что есть?
The entire base... You can even... Sarah and... Locked with a key. And the way...
Хорошо. Так,
The
крыша.
walls and art... I suppose that this... Explain... Dozens of documents and newspapers. Looking at the topics...
Угу.
A beat-up armchair cover, but it looks...
Что?
I feel like I've been... But I can't... While I can't remember her clearly. Look, I'm sure... Covered with scrawled notes. I get the...
Так. Окей. Это, скорее всего, вот этот люк. Скорее всего, так. Интересно, а почему? Ой, тихо, сейчас. Да не могу я тут ноги никак. Так, сюда. Блин, надо мышку поменять. Колесико сдохло почти. Во, да. Так. Фонарик. Пошли.
Here goes. I'll use the map Chris gave me as a guide. These tunnels are a real labyrinth.
И...
This is the place marked on the map. The place where Sarah and her confidential source were found.
Уже сразу туда? Хорошо. Что тут у нас?
There's a very familiar sound coming. It's a subway. I don't get it. If they
Метро работает? Нифига, Кора.
That skylight leading to the out. The combination of the architecture. It looks like a...
Ага.
Dozens of dark tunnels. This place must be the true subterranean heart of the city.
Гильзы.
They wouldn't be of any...
Так, пятно крови.
More of that the trail...
Стой, блин, да, ёп, ну ладно. Обратно.
Thick bars at the end of the
О!
opening to the outside. Extremely hard and solid, I'm afraid.
Стой, это вот эта хрень, это которая возле лагеря, только с той стороны, где я не мог... Да. Что тут?
I've been able to remove, but I won't be able to remove.
Так. Ну давай так.
All right. Let's see what the devil is so tangled up in here. My God, Sarah.
Труп Сары?
It's torn off her jaw, but her face is still recognizable.
Вон.
Poor Chris. How am I going to break this?
Без челюсти, да, почти? Ну, флешка.
One bullet hit her in the jaw, and another. There's no doubt that Sarah, while using the last of her...
Одна пуля раздробила челюсть, и одна прошила шею? Да, это 30 секунд и смерть. Ты чё? Так, что тут?
The underground river, if I ever... It's chilling to see it barely able to keep a... Especially when I can guess.
Это туфля.
This is where that river... There's something hypnotic...
Окей. Так, ну, пойдем сейчас сообщим ему неприятную вещь. Так, а где я его видел, кстати? Сюда? Окей. Старик, извини, твоя жена мертва?
Michael, you're back already? Tell me, did you find...
I brought the report.
Oh, that's great news. Ah, damn. I was expecting a paper. We have a serious
problem.
We're not in the old and access to elect. The good news is that I was able to save my old lap. The bad news is that we don't.
What can we do?
If we want to find out the secret, bring me a generator with enough fuel. But tell me, did you find? Why didn't she?
I'm sorry, Chris.
Good God. But what?
It looks like she and your confidential source were ambushed. I found Sarah's body in one of the graded tunnels. I took the report out of her hands.
Oh, my poor Sarah. Please, Michael. Don't leave her body. Do it for me.
I'll do what I can, Chris.
Now, get me that
Так, а что мне сделать? Мне ее сжечь? Так, генератор. Вытащить Колином, охотник. Так, что это у нас?
What do we have? As one would expect, there are only old magazines, stacks of paper, and outdated printing supplies here. No, wait a minute.
О, хорош. Так, пленочка.
Perfect. The tab that closes the film compartment. I need something to hold it in place.
Так. Подожди. Не понял. А где?
Tie the. I can't believe it.
Я тоже контролирую. У меня скотч был. Куда скотч просрался? Блин. Скотч же был. Так, что еще есть? Так, окей. Что надо сделать? Охотник мне поможет в обмен на снимок больничного склада с горючим. Кстати. И я тогда смогу поговорить с Колином. У меня сейчас есть это. Вытащить. Тому. Ага, пойдем.
Before leaving his house, I shoot a. Maybe I should have lied about what happened to her. Told him that she got away. I'm just waiting for the right moment. The truth is, what good does it do to know it?
Скорее всего, когда он опубликует отчет, он пойдет в парк самоубийц и повесится. Потому что без инвалиду в этом антиутопическом мире будет проблематично. Так. Сквад, стой. Ну ладно. Так, пошли.
I think. Okay, here goes. Damn it. It came out too dark, and the flash doesn't help much. The photo is useless.
И как? Это не то. Блин, так куда ты назад? Вот это что? Так. Тут был какой-то люк.
That skylight leading to the outside is the combination of the... It looks like...
Стойник. Так. Пятна. Решетка. А как мне попасть туда вот? О! Точно против. Так, тут можно что-нибудь как-нибудь, нет? Так. Так, но я ее никак не могу. Это, скорее всего, мне нужно вернуться, пролезть туда. Там была комната, я помню. Я не мог туда зайти, потому что было темно. Так, да, лезем. Сейчас походим. По идее, вот сюда как-то надо попасть, да? Но. Так, там я был, окей. Так.
Let's take a look. Perfect.
Угу. Так, все. Фото я сделал, да? Фото отдаем охотнику. Так.
I've brought what we agreed. Here's a photograph of the fuel depot.
Fantastic, Mike. Let's see what you've got there. This is incredible. Those pigs have been storing thousands of gallons of fuel, and all within our reach. With your ID, all we have to do is go into the compound, say, "Hello, boys," and bring it all back here. You've just made me very, very happy, dude. I knew I wasn't wrong about you.
Now you have to hold up your end of the bargain.
Yes, of course I will, Mike. You know I'm a man of my word. Besides, these are hard times, and we have to help one another, dude. I'll get Rod and his wife out of their trailer, so you can have a little time alone with the boy. You have my word, and my complete discretion.
But remember that you quietly... I just need your men to
Of course, you have my... Only what? Give me a few minutes and then go to the trailer.
Okay, but before I go...
Today you've been the bearer, so shoot.
Так,
Some soul...
Well, murdered... Wait, don't answer. I've heard about... It means she was hiding a...
Yes, you're I'm not gonna tell you what she was doing there. To changing things in this shithole. You'd be... Even I... It's none of your business.
Listen, for everyone's sake, they all... But you know what? You're loyal to your friends, and I like...
Хорошо.
So consider it...
Her body's in the sewer tunnel that...
Your friend will have a... I give you...
Хорошо.
I need an
Hey, dude, calm down. Since the Great Wave, a generator. Don't think I couldn't get you one. But the price will be so...
But I just gave you access to thousands of gallons...
But those barrels aren't walking out of that place on their own. I'm sorry, but you should be going now. Give me a few minutes and then... Adios.
То есть надо открыть, короче, тот генератор, который возле домика этого. Как ее? Роуз. Что такое?
Wait a minute. What's that noise? Why is everyone fleeing? What's going on? The cleanup brigades are coming. And they're heading for Rod's trailer. God damn it! The hunters turned them in! That animal turns Colin and his family in!
No, he's not sick. It's a mistake. Don't take him away. It's all a misunderstanding.
It's just a question of minutes before those bastards break into the trailer and take the boy.
Ясно. Так, что делать?
You're making a mistake. My child is not sick.
Ну-ка, так. Получится?
Okay, the noise
Хорошо.
Colin, in spite of the noise I made breaking the glass in the
Ну-ка.
ambulance's deafening little Colin, in spite of the little
Я не понял, я с ним могу говорить или нет? Что тут еще такое? Коробка. Револьвер. Тут 2 патрона, да, было?
Michael?
Хорошо.
Yes, Colin. But
Emily told me a lot about you. She gave me a message.
Mhm.
She said, "What's all that noise outside my..."
it's nothing. Your parents will be back but it's impossible for you to have spoken.
Yes. Yes, Emily is always with me. When I go down the underground, she's there, waiting. Emily gave me a message, Michael.
Tell me what happens on those underground highways, Colin.
The highways are very dark, and there's no light, and they're full of... Everyone seems very sad and angry. Things I don't even... At first, I hid the whole time, or I wandered around until I met Emma. Now I'm not so afraid of the underground highway.
You say that...
She protects me. Because I used to be really scared. But now with Emily by me, she tells me that what's happening too, but that the sickness will go away, that she also got really scared.
Emily told you that she...
Yes, she told me that a while back she got the same. She told me that she felt very lonely too, and that the pain, and that's why I shouldn't worry. She's very kind to every...
Yes, Colin.
Emily contracted. No. It can't be. Is that why they didn't let me see your body?
And what is this?
She told me that she couldn't come back, that she will be trapped forever, and that the same thing will happen to me. That's why she asked me to tell you that we're connected, Michael. She told me that you'd understand. We're connected, and it's very important for you.
Connected? What does that mean, Colin?
Emily told me there was a thread, and that's why there's still a chance, but that only you could do it. Well, she told me that if we're connected, there's still some hope. Can you make everything go back to the way it was? I don't want to be stuck on the underground. Can you really make everything go back?
We're connected? What does that mean? I don't understand anything. This is...
Michael, help me. It hurts so much. Make it stop.
Colin, what's happening?
Make it stop. Please.
Colin! God. I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here.
Hey, get out of
Какая жесть.
No, don't go in there. I beg of you.
My son. My son.
Colin, no. No.
Damn it. I can't breathe. If it's true that there's a way to change all this, I have to find it now.
I don't think I can stand it any longer. I don't think anyone can.
Ух, жуть. Просто жуть. Так, что у меня осталось? Вытащи меня отсюда, Майкл. Кстати, генератор.
I'm not gonna. Unless.
А, кстати. Че я туплю?
No question. But the hunter made it clear. No, although the.
А если ей дать? Окей. Мадам?
Hello, Mr. Sleepyhead. Have you come to help
То есть
us?
он не может сделать, а ею он может дать, чтобы она это сделала, да? Ну как-то... Как это? Ты перекладываешь ответственность со здоровой башки на больную? Имеет она на защиту. Понял.
Thank you.
As she was picking up the revolver, she gave me a look of determination that I didn't know she had in her. Rose acted so quickly that I barely saw what happened through the crack in the door of her van. Her hand was steady, even when the second man begged for his life, sobbing and groveling on the floor. The bullet went right through his heart. Blood splattered all over her white dress. And then she let the revolver drop and sat down, lost in her own world. And she didn't do or say anything else, holed up in her tiny, delirious inner landscape. There she had everything she could ever need, safe at last from the new world, which she will probably never return to.
Какое мракобесие просто.
I'm not gonna pick up that revolver.
Так, генератор можно взять?
No. Why would I want to take it with?
И чё?
What the hell? Another one of those repeating images.
No.
Of those damn time loops.
No. Rose. No, don't do it. No.
It's Rose, killing her captors again. But there's something in this one that makes it different. It feels more real and more intense than the other times.
О, подожди. Нифига.
Damn it. I wasn't able to...
Нифига. Что такое? Да подожди, там... это повторяющийся момент. А я не могу, да, его пропустить?
No. Rose.
Понятно.
No, don't do it.
Так, мне, короче, этого не хватило. Маленький. Так, монеты. Могу? Могу. Что еще? Столик. Окей. Бандит. Все, валим. Монеты можно использовать как откручивающее вещество. О, блин, предмет. Поехали. Я и думал, нахрена, в принципе, мне нужна эта ткань. Теперь понятно. Если эту ткань я накину на генератор, она большая. Она закроет его полностью. Тихо. Нет. Так.
Let's see. It'll be no.
Окей. ткань. Хорошо. Так. А, нету, что ли? Кошмар. Так, ну это я подсмотрел, если честно.
No, I think it's for good.
И нифига не работает, да?
I think for good.
Так, туплю. Ладно, не то. Не те действия. Так, сюда. Давай. Мутагенный фактор, запускайся.
There's no point in bothering.
Здесь Роуз уже. Так она, получается, грубо говоря, сдохнет. Ну, они, да, понятное дело, они ее использовали. Ее насиловали, они за этой бабки получают. Ага. Оп.
No. Rose. No, don't do it.
Закрыл другую часть генератора. Не полностью, а часть генератора. Бред. Главное, как точно, да? Человек, страдающим аутизмом, попал одним патроном из револьвера 38-го калибра. Стоп.
Damn it. I wasn't able to save it.
Я понял. Давай заново. Надо мешок и... Этому точно в лоб, этому точно в сердце. 2 патрона. Ага. Так, раз.
No. Rose. No, don't do it.
2.
No.
А как? То есть пуля прошла на вылет и попала в бочку? Ну, бред, конечно.
Okay.
Я думаю, бред. Так, генератор взял, да? Есть. Ну, пойдем бредовую чирку получу.
Oh no. It's starting again. It's amazing. Everything's changing. Everything.
Everything's mutating. Repeating itself in cycles all around me.
Да.
I don't understand. I don't understand anything.
Ну ты же видел, что ты смог сейчас оказать влияние в прошлом. М? Смог? Что бухтишь?
I think it's for good.
Блин, жалко, карты нет. Поехали. Да, сюда.
I brought the generator you need, Chris.
Great, Michael. I knew you could do it. Give me a few minutes to set up the computer and open the report.
While Chris was
А
getting everything
бензин?
ready, I decided to sit down in one of the armchairs in the office. I was exhausted. My mind had been trying to make sense of the last few hours of my life, for what seemed like an eternity. The first hours following my bitter birth in this new world. But how could I judge the new world if I could barely remember the old one? The only thing I was sure of was that we had lost something very valuable along the way. The photograph of our life, overnight, had turned into a dark, blurry, sepia-tinted image. All of civilization had drowned under the Great Wave, and the only thing left on the beach were its remains. But no, I was fooling myself. I was already lost before the catastrophe. To tell the truth, all the other victims of the Great Wave had been luckier than me. They still dreamed of returning to their lives. Mine had already been broken a long time ago. Did I really stand a chance of recovering something I'd already lost forever? What type of strength, what type of miracle could ever give me that second chance?
Michael, wake up!
What's happening?
The report, Michael. It's the report. I was going over it while you were sleeping. It's incredible. It's way beyond our expectations. You're gonna think I've gone crazy, but I don't even know where to start.
How about at the beginning?
Okay. It's the dead synchronicity point. The entire universe is changing, and we're going to witness it. We're going to be witnesses. And victims.
Witnesses? Victims? But what the hell are you talking about? What is this dead synchronicity point?
It's hard to explain. You're a photographer, so I'll try this analogy. Imagine a person's life chronicled in photographs. Up to now, and according to the rules that governed our universe, we were all subject to certain very specific temporal rules. Past, present, and future. That's all there was to it. So, the first thing we'd find would be a photo of the person as a newborn, then another on the person's 6th birthday, then another in college, and so on. Then we'd see photos of the person's wedding, children, old age, death. All in logical, linear, chronological order. Since our universe is conceived along a single line that starts in the past, makes a stopover in the present, and then projects into the future. Do you follow me?
Yes, of course I follow you.
Well, imagine now that this entire temporal architecture crumbles, falls apart, dissolves. Imagine that something or someone has altered the foundations of our universe, changing the rules of the game, forever annihilating our idea of time. The concepts of past, present, and future.
I think you just lost me, Chris.
Then let me continue with the metaphor of the photographs. Imagine now that a card dealer takes all these snapshots that sum up the life of this person, shuffles them, and places them in a stack in one spot on the card table. What would we have then? There would no longer be a chronological line, Michael. There would be no past, present, or future. Each of the individual events captured in these photographs, they would all be happening simultaneously, at the exact same point in time. And that point we would call...
the dead synchronicity point!
Exactly. Now our world is abandoning its old physical laws and getting closer to that dead synchronicity point where time no longer exists. And therefore, all the phenomena and events that happened or will happen in the universe will start to be stacked on top of other ones, like the photographs in the dealer's deck.
That sounds crazy. How credible do you think this report is?
Completely, Michael. The dead synchronicity point is a fact, and the worst thing is that we're approaching it faster and faster. It'll only be a matter of days, at best maybe a few weeks, before the universe enters this new state. Time is ending, in every sense.
And what does all this have to do with us?
Come on, do you still not see it? This change in the architecture of the universe, this nullification of time, is the real origin of the Great Wave, the dissolved, and the emergence of the new world.
So, the Great Wave...
Yes, Michael. The Great Wave was the first man... That's why the catastrophe struck at the same time. It was the first clear and obvious, and it brought chaos and...
I don't understand.
Я уже это смотрел, блин, ну ладно. А пропустить как? Пожалуйста. Ну ладно.
Then another on the person's 6th birthday, then another in college, and so on. Then we'd see photos of the person's wedding, children, old age, death, all in logical, linear, chronological order. Since our universe is conceived along a single line that starts in the past, makes a stopover in the present, and then projects into the future. Do you follow me?
Yes, of course I follow you.
Well, imagine now that this entire temporal architecture crumbles, falls apart, dissolves. Imagine that something or someone has altered the foundations of our universe, changing the rules of the game, forever annihilating our idea of time, the concepts of past, present, and future.
I think you just lost me, Chris.
Then let me continue with the metaphor of the photographs. Imagine now that a card dealer takes all these snapshots that sum up the life of this person, shuffles them, and places them in a stack in one spot on the card table. What would we have then? There would no longer be a chronological line, Michael. There would be no past, present, or future. Each of the individual events captured in these photographs, they would all be happening simultaneously, at the exact same point in time. And that point we would call...
the dead synchronicity point.
Exactly. Now our world is abandoning its old physical laws and getting closer to that dead synchronicity point where time no longer exists. And therefore, all the phenomena and events that happened or will happen in the universe will start to be stacked on top of other ones, like the photographs in the dealer's deck.
Так, окей.
What the hell?
According to the report, the dissolved are what we do know is that they are people who are
especially.
Of course, this is totally. We're condemned to.
It's terrible.
If you think about it rationally, it's obvious. Hour of a gradual and precarious reaching the dead synchronicity point, the annihilation of time. And what do you think will happen to the human? I'll tell you. Our primary metabolite, that what we now call our body,
will dissolve.
Indeed. According to the report, the vanguard of the human. That's why some cases started cropping up so early, even before the. And that's why the cases are multiplied. Will all.
Окей, понятно.
The last time we spoke, you told me.
Yes, theoretically, Michael, and paradoxical, to change things.
And how would that be possible?
By penetrating the very center of the anomaly and arriving at the point where time is. If inside the dead, then surely it must be possible to gain access.
I can't believe what I'm hearing.
Yes, of turning the great wave. The report talks into the very door to each and every one. And if through that door we had a chance to access the Michael, that's what we've got to. But I have to continue studying, and you have.
You're telling me that the dead synchronicity point is the origin of all this chaos? That our only chance of salvation is a theoretical journey to the past? Or sooner or later we'll all be obliterated? Like those poor dissolved?
That's right, Michael. So we'd better get to work on it as soon as possible. By the way, the report also mentions another very interesting thing about the dissolved.
What is it?
It seems that in their trances, through their trips to the underground highways, the sick form a strange relationship with each other. It's as if the disease unites them, regardless of any physical distance that might separate them. The report is very unclear on this point, but it seems as if the dissolved are somehow linked, connected.
My God. That can't be.
Remember, please, remember.
Everything fits now. Everything makes sense.
Please. Enough. My head.
Emily asked me to tell you that we're connected, Michael. We're connected.
Michael, what's going on?
Chris, get one of those tests ready. Fast.
But what for? You don't think that you're also...
Do as I say.
Okay. Give me your hand. positive. Michael, you're sick. You're dissolved.
No. That can't be. No. No!
Michael. Michael. Wake up.
Emily? Emily, is that you?
Please, Michael, wake up. Wake up.
Is that really you? Where am I?
Yes, Michael. It's me. You are on the underground highways.
Продолжение должно было быть, но прошло уже 6 лет. Продолжения нет. Мрачненько. Такая, не такая большая. Очень много разговоров. Есть нелогичности. Каюсь, некоторые ачивки и некоторые ответы я подсмотрел, чтобы не затягивать время. Потому что из-за своей нелогичности. Ну, на раз пройти можно. Есть определенные такие мрачненькие моменты, прикольные, антиутопические. Но, к сожалению, продолжения нет. Потому вникать и погружаться как-то из-за того, что это не законченная игра, не стоит. Хотя довольно... И было бы интересно, да, узнать, да, из-за чего произошла волна, тающие. То есть в конце первой части понятно, что они там рассказали. Ну, нажать ничего не могу.